All right, welcome back to Orange Peelers, round 5 preview, round 4 review. How are you, Zane?
I'm good.
You're good? You were just telling me about the adventure of going and watching some rugby league.
A quest. It's normally a quest to go from Wollongong to Sydney on the train, but this one was an extra quest because the bloody trains, and I want to say it, fuck Sydney trains. I hate it so much. Completely ruined my night, but the Rabbitohs saved it in the end. So
Obviously, you just told me that whole yarn, but I want to say it again for the people watching.
First of all, the first little bit, I got on at Woonona Station. Most of you probably don't know, but it's just in Wollongong.
Yeah.
The train gets stopped, like, in the middle of nowhere. We get the Farul, an electric bike had fallen onto the track.
So it stopped because an electric bike
was
you didn't
on
tell
the
me that
track
part.
this was earlier.
Yeah.
And so we were about 15 minutes delayed.
Yeah.
The train.
Because an electric bike fell on the tracks.
Some idiot.
What?
Then we go up pretty fine. We get to Redfern, go to platform 6. All the footy jerseys are there, at least a few hundred. They go over the things saying trains have been cancelled to Lidcombe. Not delayed, cancelled. So, like, go wait at platform 4. You have to go along the Bankstown line. There's at least 1,000 people on the platform. And the train pulls up. People literally had their face pressed against the glass.
Like in the train?
In the train. I'm like, we're going to have to do what they do in India and hang off the side eventually. But we're like, we're not getting on this train.
So you didn't get on it?
No. We tried to, but we're like, this isn't happening. Then we get out the station, call an Uber, $186 for 5 people. Oh, and I haven't told you this part yet. The Uber pulls up. It's not an Uber X. It only fits 4 people in the Uber.
And you had 5?
Yeah, we had 5 of us. So we had to call a whole nother Uber. That I got on by myself.
So you took 2 Ubers?
2 Ubers, yes. And we've had to split the money between us.
Yeah.
But my Uber was different. My Uber was picking up other people. We had to stop in Burwood on the way.
What?
And then I get to the game just in time, like just as the minute silence, but it was a disaster.
How many people were Ubering?
There was a good...
was everyone trying to get on trains or everyone was just Ubering?
Oh, some people were waiting at the station. Some people just went home. Because it was in Redfern.
Like, so bad.
Like
Redfern's that's where the Rabbits are from.
Yeah,
that's where all the fans are.
Like, we're just going home. But yeah,
that's crazy.
Hoping to never witness.
So they didn't even do buses replace trains or anything?
Well, it only just been cancelled. I think they were going to in the end.
That to set it
Going
up
home was fine. Like, we didn't have to get off at Lidcombe on the way home. Just took us to Redfern, got on, went back to Wollongong.
So they fixed it by the time the game ended.
Yeah, but still they'll delay because that train that we normally take home, we're literally the only people ever on it. But we couldn't even get a seat. And this was like 11 o'clock at night.
Did you notice like heaps of people coming into the game late?
I was in my seat by that point, but I
like during the game though.
Yeah, there were people like buzzing in as I got there, but I was just running.
That's so bad.
Yeah, it was chaos.
That's so bad. How early do you tend to get to footy games? Do you try and get there
I
early?
normally get 20 minutes. I don't get there too early.
Because I try and get there like at least an hour early just in case something like that happens.
Yeah, that's what I should.
Because I drive to most games, so I just like allow for
but with this one, we were supposed to get there, I think it was about 40 minutes early if none of this delay happened. But
and then you got there like basically...
Because we were going to just stop at the McDonald's and all that because we're not paying for the food in there.
No, it's a bar.
I brought a Canadian club. Do you know how much it was?
For a Canadian club? Is it like $10 or something for a beer?
$13.85.
$13.85 for a beer.
I bought it, then it came up on the
and this is an ACOR
machine, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll pay, but I didn't realise it'd be that much.
That's so much. That's like even like obviously I review hot dogs everywhere.
Yeah,
ACOR probably have the most expensive. They're like $8 at ACOR.
Hot dogs.
Yeah. At Jubilee. Yeah, I'm telling you, mate. At Jubilee, it was $5.80 for a hot dog. Cheapest hot dog I've had all year. I think Belmore was like $6 or $7. It costs like $8 for a hot dog. I'm paying like $14 for a hot dog and a Coke. Like what?
NRL, please,
insane.
Please relocate.
And
and Bulldogs. We're not playing at that ground.
And they wonder why nobody goes to the games.
Yeah, especially that stadium.
Yeah, especially ACOR. Anyway, let's get into the podcast. Obviously, round 4 review. Panthers Eels was the first game. We'll go over just like our predictions first.
I said it last week. I see a world where the Eels win that game, and they probably should have won by a lot more. But Penrith do what they always do and just hang in there, clear his field goal. I could see that coming. I saw it coming.
He was always going to kick it. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So I've changed up the scoring system a little bit because originally it was like you had the team and the margin.
Yeah.
And then try scorer. I've split it up into team, margin, try scorer.
Okay.
Because the way it worked out was you got a lot of teams right, but you got the margins wrong, and we ended up equal. and that was just unfair because you like got the tip
Yeah.
like so much more than I got. So I changed it to work in your favour. So we both had Panthers 1-12. I had Cleary and you had Crichton anytime. None of that was correct. And then we both had Storm. We both had Storm 13 plus. They won by 12.
Yeah, well.
And then we both had Munster anytime, and he did what he does and he scored.
Yep.
We both had Broncos, but we both said 13 plus. They won by 6 in the end. I had Herbie. You had Walsh. Both wrong. We both had Titans 1-12.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Well.
I had Brumo. You had Tanner Boyd. I think you cursed Tanner Boyd because he got injured, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He played the whole game. It was Foran.
I thought. Foran got injured. Yeah, if it was Foran and Brimson, wasn't it? Yeah. So I cursed Brimson.
Yeah.
I put on the
Tanner
curse.
had to
Just
carry him
do all
by
the work.
himself. Yeah.
They did all right.
They did.
I had Manly 1-12 and Garrick anytime. None of that was right. You had Souths. You said 13 plus.
Yeah, I did.
They won by
point.
nearly 13 plus. Close enough.
A point.
And then you called Walker anytime and he got a double.
Yeah, he got 2.
So well done.
Yeah. He had a great game.
He had a really good game.
He was due for a try as well.
He scored some good tries too. I had Bulldogs 1-12. You had Warriors 13 plus. So you got a point for Warriors, but not for 13 plus. I had Alamotti, didn't score. You had Sean Johnson.
Yeah.
And I was watching it back. You said Sean Johnson's going to score off doing like footworks and breaking the line. That's exactly what happened. You didn't call the obstruction, obviously.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll get to that.
But yeah, I'm
I've got
impressed
an
that you
opinion
called
on
Sean Johnson anytime because that's not easy to like call a halfback to score. And then we both had Raiders. I had 1-12. You had 13
Yeah,
plus.
they
didn't win.
disappointing.
I had Wyden anytime, which got up before he got sin binned. And then you had Horsburgh. Didn't score a try. And then the last game, we both had Sharks. I said 13 plus. You said 1-12. They won 13 plus.
Gosh.
I said Nakora anytime. I was proud of that I
didn't
predicted
score for the
Nakora.
Sharks
Yeah,
in this
that's the thing of it. You had Mulatalo, he scored. But I remember Nakora scored and I was like up it, out of my seat, pumped. I was like, yes, I called that. I called that. And yeah, so the points at the end, I got 6 out of 24, so I got 25%. And you got 9 out of 24, so you beat me by 3.
Fair enough. Okay. So not too bad, but I mean, tipping's still very difficult to do this season.
Yeah,
I'm sure, like the it will eventually even out. Like, we will eventually.
Like in a couple of weeks, I think you'll sort of. It's just so hard to get a read on so many teams.
I know, like
it's so hard.
Neck and neck right now, the whole table.
Yeah, as like we've said it for so long on here that at the end of the year there could be 2 points in between 4th and 12th, and right now that's the case.
That comes ninth.
Yeah, it's just going to be for and against is going to be such a big thing. But let's get straight into. Well, not really straight into it. We've been sitting here yarning, but Eels Panthers. What did you make of it?
Do you reckon this was game of the round? I reckon it's close.
I'd say game of the year so far, nearly.
Game of the year.
What was the other game the other week? There was like the Eels Storm game. The first game of the year was good. There's been a lot of good games.
Yeah, there was Rabbitohs Roosters. That was awesome.
Rabbitohs Manly on the weekend was really good. But yeah, it's definitely up there.
Yeah,
definitely.
Para were due for a win.
Yeah.
And I did say I can see world where they could win this game, and they only just won it. They should have won by a lot more than what they did. Like, they shouldn't have won by a drop goal. But Penrith just did what they do all the time, hung in neck.
What were they up by? 8? They were up by 8, I think.
They were at one point.
And then Cleary set up Hoskins to score, put him through a hole.
He had
kicked the goal.
Hoskins.
He had a really good game, Hoskins. And then obviously the 2-point field goal. Man, wasn't that something else?
Mitchell needs to have a look at that exact same position.
Luke Brooks as well. We spun a couple of weeks ago. The way he just nailed that, like the kick for touch to start with, like pinpoint perfection. Got it exactly where he needed it, where he wanted it, and then just caught and just kicked it.
Such a good field goal
he
as well.
He nailed it, Were you watching it live?
Yeah,
but
just
on
how
TV?
slow it moved over the line.
You couldn't. It's that far out. You couldn't tell if it was going to go over.
But you can never on TV.
Yeah.
Even at the ground, you can't tell unless you're behind it.
Unless he's like 20 meters out, like.
Yeah.
But like from 40 meters away, you just don't know where the ball's going to end up. And then I think I saw Gutho catch it. And then that's when I was like, oh, I think that went over. And then the Panthers started celebrating. Yeah. It's just so good.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
What did you think of the 2-point field goal rule?
I liked it when
you liked it straight away.
This is going to be interesting because, like, at first I was like, oh, really? Like, is it necessary? But then when I thought about it, if a team's 2 point down, they can just go for it. And I'm like, it's going to make the game
adds a new dimension. Like, A lot of people are saying that's one of the clutchest plays in NRL history, which I wouldn't say NRL history. I think regular season, it's definitely up there. Obviously, they went on to lose, which doesn't help.
Yeah, I know.
But, like, it's just such a huge play, a 2-point field goal. Like, it's so far away. I don't think people appreciate, well, people probably do appreciate it, just, like, how hard it actually is.
To kick it.
Like, you saw Latrell Mitchell, like, he's got one of the biggest boots in the NRL.
He did it last year.
He can get the distance. He's done it before, but he's still, like, it's not easy. You can still miss it, like, pretty consistently. So, yeah, shout out to Nathan Cleary for hitting that. You just touched on the Eels, like, finally got a win. I've got down that they looked good again, but they finally got the win.
Yeah.
Because every week they've looked pretty good.
They have.
But they don't get the win
Penrith
for
were
it.
the team they were going to beat.
Yeah.
And I think I said it a few weeks ago. I'm like, if they're going to get a win, because everyone's saying they're going to go 0 from 5. I said Penrith would be the game that they want.
Yeah, I asked you like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, are they going to go 0-5? And you said a couple of times, I think they can beat Panthers or Roosters, yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers bogey team.
Yeah, well, even last week when we were doing predictions, I think you were a bit hesitant. You tipped Panthers, but you were a bit hesitant.
I was like, you just still can't tip against Penrith, no matter who they're versing. That's the only reason I went with them.
Oh, this isn't really to do with the game, but I thought we could talk about here that Moses re-signed the day of. I still don't think that's been confirmed by the club, actually, but it may as well.
I'm pretty sure a lot of the players are.
Yeah, like the players are talking about it and that. So, yeah, what do you make of that re-signing?
Yeah, it's good. That's what they needed. Finally, yeah. Like, they couldn't have let him go.
Do you reckon that helped the game?
Oh, not necessarily.
Not really.
I think,
you don't reckon that
I feel it's just lucky for Moses that he had that drop goal
on
that day.
Yeah. Obviously, we said already Hoskins had a good game.
He did.
And he's earned a spot this week as well.
Yeah, Luke Garner.
I don't know. Did he get injured or did he get dropped, Garner? I think
Garner wasn't bad, but I think he was dropped because
in favour of Hoskins because he was that good. Brendan Hand made his debut.
He was good.
Yeah, he was really good, wasn't he? I think there's talks of him potentially replacing Hodjo as a starting hooker and having
this season.
Like soon. And having Hodjo come off the bench, though. Yeah. What do you reckon of that?
I mean, I would more like to start Hodgson.
Yeah, you'd still start
because he's more of a smarter player, whereas Hands is more of a, speed running forward. Similar to what Penrith did with Api Coruscant.
Yeah.
In that sort of way,
I was going to say, I did a reaction video on him yesterday, and watching his, cup highlights, he reminds me a lot of Appy.
Yeah.
The way he plays, the way he runs out of dummy half in his decision making.
So that's why I'd very prefer him to
off the bench. Yeah.
Mm.
Anything else out of that game?
No, but it was an awesome game to watch, especially that last 10 minutes. I didn't know which way I was going to go. I'm like, Parra should win it, but
because they were on top, and then Cleary just did what he does and just came into the game and stepped up. Credit to him, he single-handedly turned
honestly,
the game, I think.
One of the best halfbacks we've seen, and people don't want to admit it. He is nearly at the same level as JT and Andrew Johns.
At that age, easily.
The only thing he hasn't won over him yet is the Dahlia medal. That's the only thing.
He needs Dally M's. I think maybe
he's only
more dominant in Origin. A series.
I feel like he goes fine in Origin.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's bad in Origin, but Joey has that 2005 series. Everyone knows 05 is, that's when Joey dominated. JT's dominated series and games before. I don't know. I wouldn't say Cleary's dominated a series, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but he's only 26 and he's already achieved.
Is he 26 or 24? I think 26.
No, he's 25, 26, something like that. But he's already achieved all that at 25. He's not even at the peak of his career.
Yeah, 25.
People don't peak until about 28, 29.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. He
is going to go down as one of not greatest halfback, one of the greats of the game.
He's
greatest players.
Literally
people don't want to admit
the only thing he hasn't achieved is a Dally M, I think you could argue.
And he will get one. He'll definitely
it's not like he hasn't come close to getting a Dally M.
Yeah,
he scored more points than anyone in history the year Turbo got it.
Yeah.
I think it was Turbo, Walker, Cleary, and they all outscored any previous year.
Cleary was injured a little bit.
And he got injured. He played half the season. Then
last
there was another
season
year.
He was suspended. And the year before was the whole TikTok.
He comes
thing,
very close, but he just falls a little bit short. Injury, suspensions, TikTok drama.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that TikTok drama in 2020, he would have got it.
Oh,
he would have got it. So he will get one eventually.
He'll get one. I think even this year.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I haven't seen him on the tally yet, but I mean,
He's not there yet, but
Penrith have had the bye and all that.
yeah,
he'll
it'll
up
pan
there.
out.
Yeah.
Obviously, like obviously Carraz was leading it a week ago. Like
Winger,
you can't go off it this early in the season. And obviously, it's like Haas is on top now. So
Tino is.
or I think Tino and Haas are near the top. So like obviously, it's playing out.
Yeah.
Closer to how it should be now.
Yeah.
Beauty Carraz robbed of the top spot. I just also wanted to say how good the execution of the game plan from the Eels was.
Yeah.
Like Moses just kicking to the corner repeatedly. I think it was
That's
like
all
20.
they need to do.
There was like one set I think they didn't complete. Like their completion rate was crazy, and then just the execution of kicking to that spot every single
They
time.
were just hungry for it.
And
They
even
needed
when
that win.
that's the good
That's
point. They were
exactly
just
how they won.
hungry for it. They just wanted it more, and just the ability to have Penrith coming back like they did, scoring that try, making a game of it, and then just still sticking to that game plan and trusting the process. I thought it was really good to see from the Eels. I thought they did well. Good to move on to Tigers Storm.
Yeah, we may as well.
Do we
Pass
want
this one
to?
quickly, yeah. I watched the first half of this game. It was just boring.
Yeah, I didn't see much
Tigers,
of
Luke
it.
Brooks was shit. He was awful for him.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
what I've
just
heard.
Pathetic. But the Storm, they're still going pretty average at the moment. Like, I even think, even if with Hughes back, I still don't know. Because Pezzet's very
Pezzet's
similar.
doing good.
Yeah, and he's very similar to Jerome Hughes. I
Yeah.
just don't know if too much is
They
going to
need
change. Hughes
Paz
is back
back.
this week, isn't he?
Nah,
Or next week?
not yet,
Okay,
not
yeah.
yet. But like Pezzet's sweet. I like
People are
Pezzet.
saying they're waiting for the Storm to come back, but I don't know. Like,
They
they were
not.
good in this game. Like, Munster added a lot for him, but
Munster's so huge for him, mate.
still
He's
just
so
don't-
important.
They're still not the side that they used to be.
And I think they can improve like week on week a little bit, but there's not going to be a massive
Like,
jump.
The Storm
until
side
Pabs
from 3 years
comes
ago
back.
would have beaten that Tigers team on Friday night 40 plus.
Yeah,
They would have pumped
Oh,
them
yeah.
because the Tigers were awful, but Storm
Yeah.
weren't too good either. They weren't gaining too much meters. They looked dangerous close to their line, but they made a few errors. It was just a bit.
they were probably lucky they were playing the Tigers.
Yeah.
Like if they were playing a lot
Yeah,
of
they
other
would've.
teams, they probably lose that. Like, and we've seen it. They lost to the Titans. They lost to the Bulldogs.
This week's going to be a
Who
challenge
did
for
they?
'em.
South.
South, yeah.
I don't think they come close to Souths.
So
Obviously, you just said Brooks was absolute garbage.
he was. Why is he named again? Like,
Yeah,
is it-
why
It's
didn't?
because he's on $1 million. That's the only reason.
That's
not
not a
dropping
good
him.
enough
But why is he
excuse.
on $1 million?
And like you can sit here and you can, like I feel like we talk about it every week and everyone talks about it all week, every week. But like he's got to move on.
Yeah.
And it's not a knock on Luke Brooks. I think he can be a good footballer.
He
He's
needs to
won at
just-
Dally M before.
I feel like he needs to go to like one of the big clubs as a number 14.
I think I think
go
he can
really
play
well.
7, just not at the Tigers.
Yeah.
There's just too much history there and drama. It's just like they need to break up. They
Yeah.
need a divorce.
Like, even the Dolphins could
Yeah.
go for him. Like,
Mate, literally the Bulldogs. I would be willing to give Luke Brooks a crack. Honestly.
would the rest of the supporters be willing for
No,
that?
they wouldn't. But honestly, there's a footballer in there, and we've seen him before, but he's not going to get unlocked at the Tigers, and he's running out of time. Like, he's not getting younger. They need to move on, like, ASAP.
Do you
And
think they're going to?
not with... I don't think so. Not with Sheensy there. He doesn't... I think he sees Luke Brooks as a project, and he likes to shape Luke Brooks and try and prove that if Luke Brooks is good, it means Tim Sheens is a good coach, and he wants to prove that he's a good coach.
Well, it doesn't seem
Which
to be
maybe
working
is,
so far.
yeah. I genuinely think if they, say hypothetically, Brooks moves to another club, I think the Tigers get better and they benefit from it. And I think Luke Brooks gets better and benefits from
You
it.
reckon?
So, like, just make it happen. I think he should have gone to Knights instead of Hastings.
Yeah, well, that was originally the plan. It
Yeah.
was the Knights' plan as well. I don't know why they
Even salary cap wise, like, it makes more sense than money.
Yeah, I don't know why they wanted
Like,
Hastings
I think
to go.
Brooks's money is closer to Clemmer because I think Clemmer was, like, on quite a bit.
I
like
think they're
800K
just.
or
I
something.
think they're just loyal towards
Yeah.
Brooks. That's the only reason I want to keep him there.
It's
'Cause
just so dumb.
when in his rookie season, he was compared to Andrew Johns.
And he's won Dally M halfback of the year.
I know, yeah.
There's a good footy player in there.
And
It's just not going to happen at the
shouldn't have
Tigers.
that season either. But yeah, he was good that season.
Yeah,
But he shouldn't. have been.
obviously, but like he still did good enough to win it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it must be so frustrating as a Tigers fan, just like because I think even they're starting to realize, like they're losing hope. The Tigers fans, from what I've seen,
Yeah. Well,
like they know that they're bad, and
They
they're
know
starting
it.
to accept it.
Yeah.
It's almost sad. Like, just something needs to
I
change.
mean, like you'll see him in 15 years. I'm sure by then you'd hope they've changed by
Yeah.
15 years. Luke Brooks might even still be playing. They're too loyal to him. He'll be playing as a 50-year-old man.
You never know.
They won't let him retire.
Yeah, you never know. Anything else about that game?
Nah, still my average. Tigers were rubbish.
Yeah. Who did
Worried
Tigers play this week?
They play Broncos. Who the Tigers actually have a very good record.
They do. They've won the last 4, I think.
Yeah, we'll talk about it soon when we get to the preview.
All right. Dolphins and Broncos.
Awesome game.
Great game.
I did not expect the Dolphins to be as good as they were.
Yeah, especially with O'Sullivan getting hurt. Obviously, Katoa was ruled out late. Kafusi wasn't playing.
But I said after this game, I'll have more of a judgment on the Dolphins. And if they won that game, I'd start looking at them as more of a threat for the premiership, which they didn't
For the
win.
premiership.
If they were to win that game, I would have said,
Yeah.
I can see them as premiership.
Are you
threats with the
higher
players they're
on
missing.
them after the game or lower?
They've got a few injuries now. I'm a bit lower on them.
because of their debt. So you're lower on them,
Yeah, now at the moment.
but because of the injuries and
Yeah.
stuff. I reckon that game. Obviously, they didn't win it, but I'd almost see it as a win for the club.
Yeah, they were good.
They put up a fight. They showed that they're almost
Milford
legit.
played good. Apart from
he had
that
a
kick to
decent game.
start,
Oh.
he shouldn't have done that. He should
that
have
wasn't
done a
even-
high.
that-
He should have kicked it up high.
It was the wrong kick at that time, but there's been worse kicks that have ended better. If you know
he
what I
should
mean.
have just kicked it up high and should
It was unlucky.
Yeah.
But at the same time, obviously, it was the wrong decision. But
Cody Nicarima's injury, that would have hurt.
Yeah, that would have hurt.
was-
That was bad. Broncos, they're looking pretty good.
They are.
They actually, if you look at the stats, they completed in the 60s. They had a really bad completion rate and still looked pretty good. So
Yeah, there was a lot of errors, and even from the Dolphins.
it's worrying. Imagine if they
They've
fix
just got a
their
lot of
completion
strike power
rate.
in them.
Who the Broncos?
And
Yeah,
they're just exciting to watch.
they've got those players that
Reynolds
can
is
make a
great
couple of
again.
errors, but then they can also just
Yeah, Selwyn
turn the
Cobbo's
game. Yeah,
one of those dudes.
Cobbo, I think Staggs even to an
Yeah.
extent. But you just said it, Reynolds. He's in career best form.
Yeah.
He's playing so good. Even Ezra Mann's playing good. Reece Walsh is in career best form.
Even Billy Walters is going.
Yeah, Walters is going all right. Yeah,
People still knock on him for some reason. I don't know why. Carrigan's
Haas
good.
is killing it.
Haas is always killing it. But yeah.
It's scary. The Broncos, they're in first, the only undefeated team. They can get better.
We say this every week. They did this last year.
Yeah,
I'm pretty confident that's not going to happen again. I'm pretty confident they will not bomb the 8 this year.
You never know, though.
Because they should have been in finals last year.
Well, as we say, they were top 4.
They cannot miss. I know it's round 5, but they cannot miss the 8 after this start. There is no way they can miss the 8.
Surely,
They can finish 8th. They cannot miss the.
they're looking really good, and there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
But they're undefeated, and it's not like they've had the easiest draw.
Well, they haven't, but
Yeah,
they've
they
got
played
easy-
Panthers round 1.
They've got easy games coming up.
Yeah. Well, Tigers this
Yeah,
weekend.
I'm scared of the Broncos.
They could do a
to be honest.
number on the Tigers.
They could, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that.
Anything else?
Nah, not really.
Yeah,
I was
I've
very
covered
exciting
everything
game to
other
watch,
than- yeah.
but stop overhyping the rivalry.
It was overhyped.
Yeah.
It was a good game, but it was still overhyped.
All the Queensland media's trying to overhype it.
Yeah.
Comparing it to Roosters Rabbitohs, shush.
They're
They've been
it's the
1
greatest
year. It's their first game ever.
greatest crosstown rivalry in rugby league.
Yeah.
No, it's not. They never
They didn't say
played.
rugby league, they said Australian sport.
Bro.
Over, Richmond, Collingwood.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Obviously, South's Roosters, that's a crosstown
Even the
rivalry.
Sixers and the Thunder have
Yeah.
a bigger rivalry than that.
Yeah,
at the moment.
literally.
That will take it over, but come on.
It's so dumb. Obviously, in 10 years' time, it might be a different story.
Yeah.
But and the AFL and the NRL and even the Big Bash to an extent,
And the A-League.
they go
There you go.
way back.
Yeah.
NRL's 110 years old nearly. AFL's super old. Big Bash
New,
not as old, but
you know,
still.
Same with the A-League.
Yeah,
Sydney versus Western Sydney. Still
that's
bigger than
that's such a bigger rivalry than.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it can't be a big
that.
rivalry.
It will be.
But
It will be.
yeah, it
bigger
definitely
than
will
those
be.
ones.
But it's just not at the moment.
Yeah,
Let's not overhype it, please. Also, the battle medal.
Oh,
I've got
yeah,
a take
come
for
on.
you. You know how it's called the battle medal?
Yeah.
Why not name it the Bennett medal?
They could have.
Do you reckon they're going to wait till he retires?
Or dies. Probably will
Is
be
there any
soon.
wood?
Probably will be soon, but
Did you see, who was that? Somebody said that the other day. I was watching, I think it was on Matty Johns maybe. It might have been Fletcher Hindy or someone. Something I was watching. No, it was on Bloke in a Bar. You know Guru?
Yeah.
Rugby Guru? He said that if he was the 18th team, hype it in a couple of years, if Wayne Bennett's still around, he said no matter what, he'd hire Wayne Bennett as coach or just something to get them off their feet. He's like, I don't care if he dies halfway through the contract, I'm hiring him. I was far out that draft.
well, we've been waiting for him. I swear it's been over 10 years now where everyone's like, he's going to retire.
Yeah.
When he finished at the Dragons, everyone's like, right, he's
Yeah,
retiring.
I thought there was moments when he was in the commentary box at Rabbitohs where you thought he could go.
What,
while
die?
coaching. Yeah.
You thought?
Yeah, I thought he might. There was a
in
couple
the
of
box.
Yeah.
Imagine
Like when
that.
he's asleep and stuff, you just don't know.
We shouldn't be laughing, but imagine if that
Yeah,
happened.
I feel bad laughing, but he's pretty old.
I know.
I feel so bad saying it.
But he's pretty fit for his age.
He's very fit. Like, credit where it's due.
Yeah.
He gets a lot done considering his age, definitely.
Yeah.
And, like, I respect him so much. I know I'm, like, half laughing, but I really do, like,
Yeah.
have so much
Deserves it
respect for him.
all.
I think he's the greatest coach of all time.
No, so do I.
Based off what he's done
So
with the
do I.
Dolphins. And just on the medal, as I was saying, I think it should be named the Bennett
Bennett
medal.
medal.
Coached
Yeah.
the Broncos when they started, coached the Dolphins when they started.
Good idea.
Renamed the
Battle
medal. And it sounds cool as well. The Bennett medal.
Yeah.
The battle medal. All right. Anything else on that game?
Nah, not anymore. We went through pretty much that game.
Cowboys Titans. I didn't really
missed
watch it.
I missed it live.
Yeah,
I
I
watched the mini.
Yeah, I watched the mini as well.
And Titans, they started off very well. They looked very organised. They scored pretty early on, but Foran and Brimson going off, hurt them, and they look like not as bad as what they did last year, but they look similar to last year, where they had no direction in their side.
Yeah.
But Aaron Shop just needs to pass the ball.
What
It was
about that?
he was like this at the Dogs. He's still doing it here. He wants to score himself, and it's not doing the club any favours.
Really the exact same as that Titans Roosters semi-final.
Yeah.
Was it Herbert or someone?
Yeah, Herbert.
Didn't pass it, and then I saw Twitter blowing up because I wasn't really watching the game. I was at work. But
It was at the same stadium, wasn't it?
yeah, it was same corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
Amazing.
like watching Twitter blow up saying like, because obviously lots of Bulldogs fans. And I'm like, Shop, he's just doing what he normally does. And I couldn't work out what happened in there. I watched it. I was like, bruh, you got to pass that ball. The winger was open.
Yeah.
Completely open.
But Titans did well to hang in there. Like, Cowboys
I didn't think the Titans were like that bad.
No, they weren't bad at all.
Yeah.
Like, from what I saw of it, they weren't bad. But the Cowboys, they still didn't look like what they did last year.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
still a bit worried about
Obviously,
them.
they had players out, but
Yeah.
still.
I'm a bit worried about them this year.
Yeah.
But
They're definitely not the team they were last year.
Yeah, they're not. Like, I expected a bit of a drop from them this year, but I'm worried it could be a lot more.
Out of the 8, you reckon?
I don't want to call that yet, but I
I
won't rule it out.
Competition.
I won't rule it out,
Yeah.
missing the 8.
They are getting the wins, though. Like it's not like they lost.
Obviously, last week we talked about good old Chris Thomas, who's a fan of the podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
he left a
Chris-
very nice comment about
Shout
us.
out. I didn't realise he followed the podcast.
We're Spectrum virgins, but
Yeah.
whatever. So might get him on one day. Have a debate with him.
Big BKR is gonna have a chat with him. I heard.
Oh well.
It's so good. I was so glad when he commented.
Yeah, I
He
know.
realised the big favour he was doing for us.
Whatever. Wonder if he was there. Watching his premiers struggle against the Gold Coast, who haven't done anything their entire existence, but
Yeah.
whatever. Like, we both didn't really watch this game,
Yeah.
so like we don't have too much to judge on it. But from what I saw from it, times weren't too bad, but Cowboys probably did deserve the win.
They got it done, and at the end of the day, a win's a win.
Yeah.
Especially, as I keep saying, I think it's going to be super close to those 2 points.
Yeah.
That can come in
And
handy
for and
at the end of the
against.
year, and for and against.
It's gonna be
That
very
comes in
important.
handy at the end of the year. I think they're just hard to get a read on. Hey.
Yeah.
Even both teams, to be honest. South Manly, you were at the game you barely got to the game.
I barely got there, but I got there.
Ilias.
In the Burrow, and Ilias.
Lockie Ilias. The Greek freak, they're calling him,
Yeah.
Zane. The Greek freak.
It's an awesome field goal to watch. I got it on camera because all the Manly players were expecting it to go to Latrell, and they
Yeah.
go straight past him to Ilias, who just nails it. Probably better than what Latrell did. Because did you see the one he missed earlier?
Did he miss one or two?
He missed one.
I thought
but
he might have missed two.
he just always looks like he's ready to, celebrate it instead of worrying about the field goal, which
that's what it
is
seems
real.
like. Hey,
He got 25 points in fantasy. I couldn't believe it. He
I
did
traded him.
nothing. Yeah, I'm tempted to.
I traded him because I wanted to get Hines in there. So.
The thing is, you watch when you trade him, he'll have a massive
yeah.
game.
I expect him to
He's
drop
due
that.
for a massive game. You watch him get 70 next week.
Especially
but
after missing some field goals, he'll
Yeah.
know that he wants to bounce.
You watch him get 70 this week or
against
something.
Storm too.
Yeah.
He always steps up against Storm.
Yeah, gets those
He always
field
has a
goals.
big game against
But yeah, he was pretty quiet. Cody Walker had a great game. I could not believe that try he scored, the first one.
I didn't even think it was a
It was
try.
right in front of me, and we're like, he's missed it. But they showed the replay, and he got there.
And there's so many camera angles, like photos out on the internet,
Yeah.
where it's like on the line, but there is one that shows it was in the field of play.
Yeah, I know.
It was a try.
And the forward pass, what do you think of that? That was stupid call. It was not forward at all.
You don't think it was... Oh, no, sorry.
It was not forward.
It wasn't forward.
But
for a second, I thought you were saying the other thing. I was like, come on.
For all the Manly fans that are saying they'll rob the try, Trbojevic wouldn't have scored there. If you look at the replay, Latrell Mitchell... Trell stopped when the whistle blew. You could see, like, it wasn't just him being lazy. He would have caught him there.
Turbo's away at the try line. But yeah, I think you're right. I think
Manly fans are saying he would have scored there, but the South players stopped after the whistle and Trbojevic just ran through. They might have scored off the set.
Yeah, you can't say they weren't going to score, but you don't know.
Yeah, but it was a stupid call.
It was definitely
I can
not
take
forward.
it was definitely not. No.
And like not even flat. Like it was backwards.
Yeah, it was backwards.
It was backwards.
We didn't really notice how controversial it was at the ground. Like we kind of just saw a full pass, and we're in the borough, so there's always something going on. You can struggle to like pay attention.
Not really watching the replay.
Yeah. But like we were just like, oh, okay. But it wasn't until like I got home and saw all social media blowing up about it, and I'm like, oh, really? Did they call that before?
The replay, because like there was obviously a lot of passes in the play. And like the commentators were trying to work out which pass did they call forward.
Yeah,
because
no.
Every pass was backwards. You couldn't work out which pass it was. It was not a great call. But as you said, I don't think you can say they were robbed.
Yeah, and
they might have scored. They might not have scored.
How we talk about South's jersey? How good was it? Even the numbers on the back.
So good.
The numbers on the back look like they're from the 70s.
They need to make that their home jersey.
What, that collared one?
Not necessarily with the collar, but get rid of the black or white. Obviously,
and just make the full green. Yeah, I've said that for years.
And then have the away jersey just be like mostly white or something.
Yeah.
With some like green and red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somehow. I think like that should be the home jersey.
Yeah, that was sick.
Not necessarily with the collar, but like just all red and green.
Yeah, it was sick.
So clean.
It was.
It's such a nice jersey. It was so good for them to win that game as well.
Yeah, I know. And it was good that it was against Manly as well.
Against Manly.
Like the timing for this to have happened is a bit suspicious. The time in the week he dies is when we play Manly.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
Bigger things.
But how silent the stadium was before the game was like incredible.
Apparently, not one person yelled out.
I was waiting for it, but I couldn't hear a single noise.
Especially Manly fans in an away game.
Oh, they were pretty.
Yeah.
They were pretty respectful.
You'd expect them not to be respectful.
Most people, even if they're away, you'd expect to be quiet. Like you're just a complete idiot. If you yell in those games, you can just leave. Like you're a complete idiot.
When the Queen died and there was a game. Whatever the first game was, it was Storm versus someone. And there was a dude on TV, he was like eating during the minute silence.
Oh, yeah. Well.
And I got on TikTok and I was like, this dude's eating in the minute silence.
I think I saw that video when it happened.
It blew up. I got like 200,000 views, but most of the comments were like, who cares? It's just the Queen that died. I was like, oh, beauty. My bad.
Right.
People always yell out.
Even at the end of the game, they played John Sattler singing the song, and it was creepy, like because it was an old recording. But the stadium just went dead silent again and listened to it.
Their respects. Did you see the streaker?
That everyone's tagging me and saying it looks like me. Yeah, everyone's tagging it me.
I tagged her. I was like, is this you?
It does look like me, but yeah, he bloody got right in there.
Can you just confirm for the listeners or watchers that it wasn't?
No, it was not me. I was on the other side of the ground in the burrow, but he went good. He got right out there.
Obviously, his little brother
hugging all the players, but. Yeah, I think he got out of the stadium in the end.
Yeah, he just hit legs. Like you see on the video, like obviously you don't see him go out of the stadium, but he got up the staircase.
Yeah.
His mates were,
all helping him get out. Yeah.
He sort of turns around at the end, like I assume looking for his brother.
Yeah. I don't know where he went.
Well, apparently Latrell put him back into the crowd. Like,
did he?
Back to the fence. I haven't seen the video of that, but apparently that was on TV.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty funny though because it looks like
No, I know. I watched them. I'm like, no, okay.
So yeah, I'm glad it wasn't you. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Anything else? I've got down that Manly, they looked alright.
Olaquado was good, but he's a grub.
Yeah.
Absolute grub.
Why is that?
Because he just pulls people. Cook never reacts like that.
Yeah.
Unless something's happening.
Oh no, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't happy with him in the borough.
I reckon South's still a premiership threat.
They are. They will be.
They can get better. They will.
They will get better.
They can get better. They will. They're looking.
They're another side that looks better once the end of the year comes.
Yeah.
Because they get their timing very well. That's what they're struggling with at the moment. I think their timing could be a bit better, but they
started so last year, didn't they? Did they start?
Well, they were rubbish. They're very inconsistent. Like, they'd have a good win, then they'd get pumped.
Which is what they're sort of
Because they got pumped against the Raiders, the Broncos pumped them, the Dragons pumped them. We don't talk about that one, but they were very on and off last season.
Yeah. Anything else? No.
I'm happy we got the win there.
Yeah, that's
on
a
to
good
next
win
week.
to get.
Yeah.
So, like over Manly, both teams will probably be near the top of the ladder, barring injuries or suspensions to Latrell and Cody. Warriors versus Bulldogs. I've got down that it was a Sean Johnson.
Yeah, he looked incredible. I watched the first half before I had to take off to work. But yeah, he looked really good, Johnson.
And you said you only saw the first half. I think his second half was even better than his first half. Yeah, he wound back the clock. I've said this for years as like sort of a joke sort of thing that he plays 2 good games a year. It's like an inside joke.
Yeah, was this one of them?
I'm telling you, mate, the 2 games he plays good a year, it's always against the Bulldogs.
What, so was this one of them?
Yeah, this was one of them. I think I used to say it when he was at the Sharks, because I used to be like at recess if I like playing footy on the oval, I'd score a couple of tries. I'm like, oh, I'm Sean Johnson. I play good twice a year. But yeah, he had a really good game. I thought. Obviously, there were a lot of controversial calls.
We'll talk about the obstruction. I don't think it was an obstruction.
You don't think it was?
Because he stood his ground. He didn't get in the way. Marnie ran into him. Like, I think that was a fine for a try.
Gus has come out and Marnie as well. They've both said it wasn't an obstruction based on what the rule is. But then
that's where I'm coming from.
Based on what they normally call, it's normally an obstruction.
Yeah, but I just thought Marnie deliberately ran into him there to try and block off the... Try and, give him a chance of them taking it off.
In my opinion, and obviously, like, you can call me biased, I thought it was an obstruction. A lot of people are saying that he was a support runner.
Yeah, that's
he was in front of Sean Johnson for most of the play, and to his credit, he was running like a block. Like, he was running a decoy line, and he didn't change his line. He ran his line. And, like, he didn't know that Sean Johnson was going to dummy stuff.
Yeah, I know, and I think...
Like, it wasn't his intention to obstruct anyone, but he still like denied Marnie a chance to get to him. And obviously, a lot of people are also saying Marnie wouldn't have got to him, and that's true. I don't think Marnie would have got to him. He still was denied the chance. Know. But then, like, apparently, what the rule is, according to the rule, it's not an obstruction. But then, if you go off what they've called for the last 5-10 years, so I think that's a 50-50 call, and it got balanced out though, because of the loose carry / strip from kick out. Did you see that? Yeah,
I saw that.
What did you make of that one?
I mean, that was just a bit of an odd situation for the referee.
Yeah.
Like, the call, he was just like, okay, we'll call it. But
it was pretty weird because obviously the play happened, so he's like carrying the ball sort of out wide, and then as he brings it in tighter, kick out comes in for attack. I don't think he intended to strip it, but he did strip it. But so he's like hit the ball. The ball comes out, hits the deck, grabs it, scores, it goes upstairs. There's no try. The bunker look at 1 or 2 angles from the front over and over again. And then based off those angles, it did not look like a strip. It was a loose carry off those angles. I was there yelling at my TV like, that is a loose carry. The bunker call it a loose carry. I'm celebrating. The Warriors fans are booing. And then Fox League show an angle that the bunker didn't use, which is from the back, and he clearly strips the ball. Like, hand on ball, pulls it out. I'm like, why is the bunker not using that angle? I don't understand.
They mustn't have just paid attention to it, but you don't know.
Yeah, so I think the calls evened themselves out. There were bad calls both ways, and there were so many other dodgy calls throughout the game.
Yeah, I thought Warriors got a lot of dumb calls.
Yeah, they were definitely they went bad both
I think
ways.
Warriors deserved to win it. Like, they were the better side.
Definitely.
And probably, again, could have won by a lot more, but the Dogs, like, they look a lot better than what they have in previous seasons.
We look better than last year. Obviously, Phil Marnie Brown got injured in the first half, which I was
Josh Adokar.
2-man bench.
Yeah, Josh Adokar played good.
Karaz was good again.
Yeah, Karaz is a weapon.
I think, we're fading out of games late, but less each game, if that makes sense. And I think the fact we had literally basically a 2-man bench and still kept it to what it was, I thought we did well. I said last week, I think, did you call 13 plus?
I said Warriors 13 plus.
And I said, if I was being honest, that's what I thought would happen. So I'm happy that they only.
And I think if Warriors got a few more decisions their way, it probably could have happened.
Yeah.
Because they had a few dumb decisions by their line where they could have scored.
And I just want to touch on the Bulldogs bench. Obviously, I said we had a 2-man bench. Once again, we had a player not play a single minute. It was Ockenbaugh against the Tigers, and now this time it was Jaden Tanner. Even though a player got injured.
Could be Josh Reynolds this week, but...
Mate, don't say that.
We'll talk about this in the preview.
But yeah, I don't understand what's happening with the bench minutes. Like, especially when a player gets injured, why are people playing no minutes? It just doesn't make sense. But
just save them for something special.
Yeah, well, put them on then. Let them do something special. And yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to take out of that game. I think Warriors look pretty good.
They do. This is going to be their biggest challenge this week, though. The Warriors. You've got the Sharks.
Sharks at Shark Park as well. That will be a challenge. Knights versus Raiders.
Very surprising game from the Knights. I thought they weren't too bad. I thought the Raiders were just disappointing. Like, the Raiders can do a lot better than what they were. Like, they just looked lazy at points. You know, Whiting got sin binned. Obviously, that didn't help them. And, you know, they came for him in the last 10 minutes, but the Knights defended well. Held them out when the Raiders probably could have scored in that last 10 minutes.
I thought the Knights sort of looked the same as they did against the Dolphins, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, not incredible, but just, like, good enough to be in games. And I think, as you said, the Raiders were disappointing.
They were.
And they probably lost the game. Well, sort of. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they didn't win the game for themselves.
Lockie Miller was great.
He had such a good game.
He did.
He had a really, really good game. I've got that written down here that Lockie Miller was sensational.
Yeah.
I think obviously Ponga's got to come back at some stage, and I don't know if you can put him at fullback. Yeah. Like, I prefer Miller at fullback almost, but I also don't want Ponga at 5'8", so it's a pretty dumb situation the Knights have put themselves in, having two like high quality fullbacks.
But Raiders, I don't know what went wrong for them.
It's hard to pinpoint it, hey?
It's
weird because, like, they weren't good, but what went wrong?
No. That's what I'm trying to work out. Who do they have this week, the Raiders, actually?
Good question. Hang on.
Probably look at it soon, but...
Panthers.
Oh, okay.
But in Canberra.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. It's as I said about Cowboys and Titans, it's hard to get a read on them. And I think it's hard to get a read on the Raiders as well.
Yeah, I know. I said that the whole off-season. I'm like, they can make the 8, but I don't know if they will. But, you know, they should make the 8. I was just like, 50-50 on them. Like, it could go either way this season.
Yeah.
They'll either be dreadful or they'll either be really good.
Did you see Whiting get narbride by that kid?
Oh, yeah. I saw that live. I was like, oh.
Oh, you saw it live, so you picked up on it? That was so funny. Yeah. I love seeing that.
I'd never do that to a player.
That's
Especially that the cameras are on him as well.
Yeah, I reckon it's funny, but...
Yeah, it is, but it's just me.
Like Whiten's at his lowest point. He's just been sin binned.
Yeah, and he was going to be,
And, like, he doesn't have to go and high-five the kid. He doesn't have to do that, but he went to the effort to high-five him. And he'll probably never high-five a kid again now.
Yeah, unless it's in Canberra.
Yeah, he won't be high-fiving away supporters again. It might become a meme to bro. It might be a meme to, fake the high-five on him. Anything else out of that game? Nah.
Just average game.
Like, would you say it was the worst game of the week?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably
like, not that it was
wasn't the worst. It was just boring. It did not deserve to be a Channel 9 game.
Yeah, why was that the Channel 9 game and not Dragon Sharks?
Yeah, well, that game probably didn't deserve to be it either, but...
It's a derby.
Yeah, Knights and Raiders. I don't know why that was on Channel 9. That's just weird to me, but speaking of Sharks and Dragons... Yeah.
How good is Nico Hines?
Oh, unbelievable.
How good is he?
It's just, he did everything for the Sharks. Like, Dragons were pathetic. Like, absolutely hopeless.
Yeah.
But Nico Hines just tore them apart.
I think we all sort of forgot, like, just how good he is.
Yeah.
Like, we're all saying, because Trinder was killing, we're like, how much can Nico Hines actually improve this team? Well, we saw how much.
Yeah.
Like, he just brained it.
To another level.
Literally.
Zach Lomax was horrible.
He was terrible. He couldn't even kick a goal. Oh, that's normally the one thing he's good for.
Yeah.
He was bad. I thought, obviously, Hunt was good.
Yeah, but...
And that's probably
Hunt,
it.
The whole Dragons were just rubbish.
You know, Blake Laurie got 2 points.
On fantasy?
No. No, probably. No, like Dally M points.
Did he?
He got... So it was Nico,
He's
6, and then Blake Laurie got 2.
He's been good.
He's been alright. I don't know if he deserved fantasy... Dally M points.
Yeah.
I thought
Who else could they give them to from the Dragons? They're all rubbish.
Yeah, but just give it to Sharks players. Yeah. I thought, there wasn't really a bad play from the Sharks. I think outside of Nico, nobody was like amazing either. Yeah. But I think Nico just brings them up.
But that's what I've said. That's what I say every week from the Sharks. I say like Nico. You look at ranking their team. Nico's the ST player. I wouldn't rank anyone else in
Yeah.
above the B tier. That's what I've said about the Sharks. That's why I don't know if they're like, when it comes to September, if they're going to be.
But none of them are like at the
type of
bottom
side
tier
yet.
either,
They're not
though.
bottom, but they're
They're just
B,
all,
C tier,
above
like
average.
players.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why I'm a bit worried from when it comes to finals. So we'll have to keep a closer eye on them as the year goes on.
Yeah, and as you said, like Dragons were just
'Cause
terrible.
I'm still not, like, I see people calling them premiership, like,
Sharks.
predicting them for the premiership. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think they're a premiership
Yeah, I don't know if
side,
they can go to that level yet.
Yeah, I think in a few years, but I just don't think.
It is slowly coming together for them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
I just
not
don't
this year.
think they're a side that can win the grand final
Yeah, not yet.
on paper. So.
You never know, but yeah. I think that like it's a quality competition this year.
Yeah.
I think the final's going to be so good. It's round 5, and I'm already looking forward to the
Yeah,
finals.
no, it's just started now.
Anything else?
Not really. Dragons just.
They were disappointing as well.
They
Not
weren't
only were they bad,
disappointing.
they were
They were
disappointing.
awful. They weren't disappointing.
Like the
That's
last
not
couple
the
of weeks,
word.
they've been all right.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I know,
And now
but
they just go
were
to
awful.
garbage.
Like, they just drop simple balls. Their
Like,
defense
so many-
was shocking. Like, their defense. I could
It was
have tackled better than them.
horrible.
They weren't even trying in the end, to be honest.
Like everyone at the start of the year sort of called for them as wooden spooners.
But they're the only team who's had 40 put on them twice.
They played like wooden spooners on the weekend.
They're the only team who's had 40 put
Who
on
else
them
put
twice.
40 on them? Broncos.
Broncos did, yeah.
And it was 18 all at one stage.
Yeah.
And they just fell off.
Well, Dragons were up in this game as well.
Yeah.
No,
They started good. Because obviously I was at the game. At the start, I was like, "Oh, like this is going to be, this is going to go down to the
How are
wire."
the supporters? Were
Bro,
just
they all
not-
left like 25
Yeah,
minutes left.
That's just Dragon supporters.
I was expecting, you know, how they have like the big red army,
Yeah.
whatever they call it. I thought they'd be like singing and stuff. Nah, not even a
They
chant.
don't, no, they don't unless they win.
They did more booing than cheering the Dragons fans.
Yeah, they only like singing that if they're winning.
Yeah. I think
I've
very
been to enough.
bandwagon the Dragons
They are.
fans.
They are.
Like I just couldn't believe. Surely 20 minutes left. Don't leave.
Dragons fans are the worst at it. I see them Wollongong all the time. They
Yeah,
walk out like
yeah.
if they're getting pumped.
It's
I'm
true.
like, don't come back to the games.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got to beat the traffic. Oh, the kids have something on. I don't care.
You
choose to come to the game. You stay at the game.
So
don't
have
leave.
you ever left a game early?
No.
Nah,
My dad's
neither.
tried to, but
Yeah?
I will always stand in like, this
Yeah.
aisle sort
Yeah,
of thing
yeah,
and
yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
And then he's like, come on, let's go. I'm like, no.
That-
I've got a story.
Yeah,
There was one game when he went to do it. It was the Rabbitohs Dragons game where we scored right on the siren.
Yeah, yeah.
We literally got up walking out and I'm standing in the aisle. We got the ball off the short kick off. I'm like, we've got it. So he comes back and
Yeah.
Graham scores. We won. I'm like, that's why we don't
That's
leave.
why you don't
Imagine if we
leave.
had kept walking and we looked at the score and we had scored.
There was a
It
game.
was like,
There was a Bulldogs semi-final, or prelim to get into the grand final of Bulldogs Eels, 1998. So I wasn't alive, but Dad tells me
my
the
dad is
yarn.
not a good Rabbitohs supporter.
Yeah.
So.
So he's a Rabbitohs fan.
Yeah, but at the Roosters Rabbitohs game the other week, like I'm telling him about it. I'm like, you said the last 10 minutes. I'm like, he's like, no, I went to bed. I'm like,
I don't get
he's like,
that.
they played like shit. I'm like, what, so you not watch it? You went to bed. He's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't want to watch the rest
Just
of it.
watch the game,
I'm like,
mate.
come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Eels were winning 18-2 with like 10 minutes left. All the Doggies fans are leaving, and then Doggies came back and
they
like
won.
tied it up at 18 all, like before the end of the game. And apparently, all the Doggies fans are like trying to come back, and then they ended up winning in Golden Point. Yeah, like you just don't leave games.
And there was a cricket game, a Big Bash game.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago, Sixers versus Thunder, and like we left like, the middle of the second overs because we're like Sixers at no chance.
Yeah.
Like they were down by 70 with like 7 overs to go or something like.
Yeah.
And then like the next morning we wake up and like we were like 6 and 7 at the point. And my brother's like, did the Sixers win? And I was saying, I'm like, no, they didn't. And my dad's like, they did. We're like, what?
Oh, bro.
We're like, why would we leave?
Oh, so is that the last time you left a sporting event?
Yeah,
Surely.
pretty much.
You
Like,
don't leave. Like, just don't support your team. You're a fake fan if you're leaving a game early. I don't care if you're losing 60-0.
yeah.
Sit there. If you're not sitting there in a 60-0 humping.
Like there was the Storm versus Rabbitohs game. Even though I was on TV, they were getting pumped 50-0. I watched the entire game.
Yeah.
I didn't turn
I'll
it off.
never turn a game off early because you got to earn going to a grand final, I reckon.
Yeah.
If you want to go watch and win a comp, you got to sit there and watch those 60-0 games. Tough days make the good ones
Yeah,
sweeter.
they
I've
do.
always said it. If you sit there and watch your team get flogged, when they win the comp, it feels better. And that's why I'm so pumped for us to win the comp next year because it's been a long few years, Zane. It's been a long time. It's been a rough few years. But is there anything else from that game?
Nah, just Dragons, get it together.
Yeah, Roosters had the bye. Let's move on to 3 questions.
You going to start? Or?
Yeah, I can start. You usually start, so I'll have a turn at starting. My first question, I've sort of tried to get these questions to be around some current things that have happened during the week, so we can
mine.
discuss them. Oh no,
Yeah.
this could literally just be 3 questions.
Yeah.
So my first one: should Suoli'i leave to rugby union now?
Oh.
Obviously, like Gus came out and said
Yeah, I
leave
know,
now.
No, because he's contracted to the Roosters. Just stay it out. Like, he
Yeah.
shouldn't sign this early. Like, that's
So you don't think he should have signed with union
No.
yet?
No, he shouldn't
Yeah,
have.
I agree.
Like, they shouldn't have even, like, revealed the news until later on. But, you know, what it is, I think he should stay. That's he shouldn't be on that much money. That's the only reason he's going. That's what I don't like.
It's so... It's a big mess. I think rugby union seem like dicks, the way they've gone about it.
But they can't get players. That's
They're like, if you want to throw that much money at a... Well, you won't be a teenager,
like,
but he is a
swear,
teenager
me and
now.
you are more known than most Wallabies players.
Mate, a Wallaby player came out during the week and like had a stab at rugby league. I don't remember what he said, but I'm like, bro, I've never heard of you before. Like, who are you? Like, is he a good player? Is he a garbage player? Like, I don't know.
Wallaby player I know is Hooper.
Name all
Hooper,
the Wallabies
that's
games.
it.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he's like
I
the
know.
captain.
Who do I know?
Vunivalu's there, isn't he?
Is he? I don't know.
I don't know, yeah.
He's in I don't know if he's Wallabies.
I think he
He
was.
might be.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
somebody I know. Oh, what's his name? Who'd you say?
Hooper.
I know, like
I think it's Hooper. I don't know. It's
Cooper, Quade Cooper.
I don't know. I don't.
I feel
know.
like he's a rugby union
I don't
player.
know the rugby.
There's someone that like, I think I'm thinking of Quade Cooper,
Yeah.
which he's barely. If it's who I'm thinking of, he's not even like playing. He plays every now
I think
and then.
Vunivalu's still there.
He definitely.
I know he was at
played a
one point.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can name more All
Maybe
Blacks
it's
than I can.
Corabetti.
Yeah, maybe Corabetti definitely played
Yeah.
from at some stage.
I don't know.
I think that sort of
I
shows.
don't care
That
about
shows
you
it.
in one.
Go
one
with
way.
your question.
This is one about something that's come out today. Should the grand final go to Melbourne?
No.
No, I agree.
Nah.
Next. Should we go to
Yeah,
next?
that's good
just
enough.
a
No, it should
no.
not. No, it should not. Should Gutho be moved to centre?
No,
Nah.
absolutely not. I don't know why the Eels would consider
He's a
that.
top 5
They
fullback.
should sign a centre.
Yeah.
Like, why would they want to move Gutho?
Not only is like Gutho a top 5 fullback, there's no fullbacks on the market.
And he's played Origin in centre and he was dreadful.
Yeah, correct.
Keep him at fullback.
Oh, it's
But,
silly,
like,
man.
who should they sign? They need a centre. That's the thing. I don't know who's on the market at the moment for centres.
Manu.
Manu. I think didn't he just resign?
Oh, yeah, maybe. No, did he?
I'm pretty sure he
He
did.
might have.
But
He
yeah,
might have.
Farnworth's gone now.
Yeah, fine. With
Shop just got taken, so he's gone.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
think who would be off. I think Valentine Holmes was coming off soon,
He
but
won't
I
leave
think
Cowboys.
he'll stay at the Cowboys.
Yeah, he won't leave Cowboys. Maybe like Ramian or someone,
Yeah, Rayman.
potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isaiah Tass, he's got
You'd have to
a year or
like
two, but
rip into someone's junior system, like steal some Panthers juniors or something.
yeah,
I
that's
think.
what I think they'll do.
Yeah.
I mean, Brent Naden, there's a few Tigers guys that I think they'll let go.
Yeah. Not Faluma.
And not
Who's
from-
the Simonson's on the wing at the moment, isn't
Yeah.
Because obviously, like Penasini's good, but they're wanting to drop Blake, I assume.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Do you want
But
to
yeah,
go with?
They need a centre, not a fullback.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Gutherson,
Don't move
think.
Gutho to centre. He's
Yeah.
a top 5 fullback. Leave him at fullback. He's the captain. Just leave him there.
Now,
All right, your second question.
thoughts on Aaron Wood signing with Manly? Why do you think this has happened?
I don't have an answer. Why? Somebody explain to me the logic of trading 2 up-and-coming juniors who you've spent years and money developing
For Aaron Wood.
for Aaron Woods.
He probably won't even probably play 3 games this year and retire.
Did they even put him in the top 30, honestly? Did they?
I think they did.
Like, he wasn't even playing for the Dragons. He couldn't get a start for the Dragons. He's not even in the squad for Manly this week.
Yeah.
Like, he's not in the reserves.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Have they met
What-
Aaron Woods?
What need would they need for him? Like, I swear he spends more time on the radio than he
Yeah,
does
I dead set didn't know he was still playing until like the start of the year when something happened with him. I knew he was on the radio, and so I'd assumed he'd retired. Like I genuinely
he
thought he
hasn't.
retired into radio. Like why? I can sort of understand the whole like he's a veteran, he can sort of help develop juniors. But firstly, you just got rid of the juniors you want him to develop.
Yeah, I know.
And secondly,
yeah,
like can Jake Travojevic not do that?
Yeah,
Can Tom
because
Travojevic,
when I
Daly
posted
Travojevic, can
about
they not do
someone's
it?
like they're getting him there to mentor and develop the junior forwards. I'm like, well, they What junior force? They just got
rid of him.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. I don't even
Waste
I
of
don't remember
money.
what the question was exactly, but I don't think they should have traded for him. I think that Dragon. I'll tell you what. This is my opinion, and I think I've seen it said a few times. If Dragons got rid of Aaron Woods and paid him to play at Manly and got nothing in return,
Yeah.
Dragons win that trade.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so dumb. Shout out to Woodsy. I hate him as well. Just
You
quietly,
hate him.
yeah.
I love him.
Because we had him at the
I love
Bulldogs for like
Oh yeah.
half the season. He went so bad, and we paid him to play at the Sharks for a
He had
couple
a
of
crap
years.
haircut as well.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that's when he got the bad haircut, the Lord Farquaad.
I love old Woodsy though.
Woodsy, he's a
His old
meme.
celebration in Origin.
Remember in Origin where he
gets
goes
up, tries to
flying?
look like he
Yeah.
deliberately did it.
Have you seen the Matty John segment where it's so
Then
good.
Then Hindmarsh comes in with the someone say floss. Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
so
love
good.
that. Not the NRL news. It's not
Yeah.
as funny anymore. Like it's.
Do they
pretty-
still do it?
Oh, they do, but it's not
Yeah.
funny.
It used to
anymore.
be
I don't even
really
laugh
good.
at it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Back
I
then,
know.
it was
It
like
was
I
so-
think
it was
they're not
painful.
allowed to do some of the things they did back then now.
Yeah, the NRL's too strict.
Yeah, I think this was
Can't make
2016.
jokes,
It was
yeah.
hilarious. That's the whole salary sombrero
Yeah.
started there.
I remember, obviously,
Parramatta monopoly.
that's back when they had Brett Finch on every now and then. Obviously,
Yeah.
don't want to go deep
Yeah.
into
I
him,
don't
but
think he was on that season.
he was on
It was
like
always
it
just
might have been
Tallis,
way earlier.
Hindmarsh, Fletch.
But he had a moment in commentary once where I think it was like Tim Manor or someone subbed off for the Eels, and they were losing. He's like, I just got news that Tim Manor's getting married tomorrow, so his weekend's going to go from bad to worse. And then Gutho went off with like a broken ankle or something.
Oh yeah, bad haircut.
And he's like, yeah, Gutho's just gone off with a bad ankle and a bad haircut.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
But Parramatta monopoly, you seen that part?
No, I don't. Oh, maybe. It rings a
that
bell.
was
It rings
so
a bell.
It was right, like as Parramatta were having their whole salary cap.
Yeah.
Thing, and it was really funny. Like you
Yeah.
got to watch.
I'll go
There's
back
a
and
whole
watch it.
playlist of
Yeah.
not the NRL news from that year.
Yeah.
and
You just
all
get on YouTube and just fall in the hole,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the like the more recent ones? It's similar with the professor. It's like the Ernest years, and it shows like Hindmarsh and like Johns' like early days of their commentary and
Nah,
presenting.
I don't
It's
think
so
so.
funny.
Funny as.
Like it's just awkward moments.
He
Like,
used to be with Nine, Matty.
yeah, no, but this was when he
Yeah.
started with fighting. It was just funny, and there's
Yeah.
one that they make about Wayne Bennett, and it's just
All right, let's move on. Shout out to this mic stand. The new mics are coming.
they are.
A month max.
Yeah.
I'll have them in a month at the most. All right, third question. I saw you did your mascot segment
Yeah, okay.
on TikTok during the week. I watched it. I don't remember what your rankings
I
were.
remember most of them.
But so my question is, who is the worst mascot in the NRL?
I said the Storm.
You said the Storm one.
Yeah, only because I just think it's boring.
Yeah.
Like I know there's not much they could have done. They couldn't have
Yeah.
done a cloud. They could have done a lot.
Because it's just a Storm man.
Because I know, yeah, but like he's entertaining, but he's just such a boring costume, and that's the only reason I put him at last.
You know who I've got at the last? This is a hot take. Happy the Dragon.
You reckon? Oh, I had him pretty low.
You know why? He's not a dragon. He's a crocodile.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't look. But
And he's the bank mascot.
He doesn't show like too much expression.
Yeah.
Like he could be smiling, but he's not.
He's a
just
dragon. You could do such a sick mascot as a dragon.
Yeah,
And
I
they made
know.
a crocodile.
I know. It
Do
looks,
you know what I
I think
mean?
it is a dragon, but
It is a
crocodile.
dragon, but it looks like a crocodile.
Yeah.
And it's the
Like, it
bank
shouldn't be
mascot.
green. Like it should be red, and it should look
Yeah.
fierce. Like have horns.
Yeah, it should
and-
look
well,
sick.
I think it does have horns, but it's not intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, it should just
Yeah.
look more.
Dragon-like?
fierce, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Your third question.
It is. We might go to the computer. What round do you reckon Tigers will get their first win?
All right. I'll pull up a draw. Not this week.
Go to the Tigers. Oh,
I know I think they play Eels next week. Broncos Eels.
Might go to the team and check their draw. Yeah.
True. Because they play Eels Easter Monday. Although
I think they will get
that's
an up. I reckon they're going to get an upset
That's not
somewhere.
they've got
They
it. That's
did
that's the
last year, 'cause
only way
remember
they're going to
last
win.
season, everyone's like, oh, they're not going to win, but
So they got Broncos this week. They're paying $380. Then they've got Eels Easter Monday. They're paying $350. And
like,
then the bye.
Then the bye, well, they'll get points
And
there.
then
like,
Manly. And then Panthers.
Dragons.
And then
possibly,
Dragons.
Then Rabbitohs. Okay.
They could be. It's Dragons at Magic Round. Usually Tigers go right at Magic Round.
They'll probably beat South, but we'll worry about that then. But, yeah,
South's
they do.
Cowboys
And their last ever game
bye.
at Leichhardt.
Which one's at the South?
Cowboys.
Ever?
Yeah, ever.
Because are they pulling it down?
Oh, they're just not playing NRL matches there anymore, but that Cowboys game's their last ever one they'll have there.
Well, I'll tell you what. Last time they had a game at Leichhardt against the Cowboys where it was like a big deal, they lost the first half 32-0.
Yeah, I
So I don't think they'll win that. I think Dragons, round 10.
Round
I'll
10.
back it. Oh, no,
I
I
reckon,
don't.
I reckon they'll get an upset before then.
Actually, I'll give you a hot take.
I reckon they'll beat either the Eels or the Seagulls.
I was going to
You
say,
heard it
hot
here.
take,
You
Eels
heard it.
Easter Monday again.
You reckon?
Eels suck on Mondays. That's a fact.
You reckon?
They lost to Tigers on a Monday, they lost to Bulldogs
It'll
on
be
a Monday.
either the Eels or the Seagulls that they win against.
So you reckon
or maybe even the Panthers. Imagine if they beat the Panthers.
Far out.
Yeah,
I
reckon
during
they're gonna-
Origin.
This is
during
before
Origin.
Origin, though.
Oh,
But
so, yeah,
I
when's
reckon they'll-
Origin?
I reckon they'll win one of those 3 games. Seagulls, Eels, or Panthers. They'll be.
You reckon they're just going to beat a top 4 team?
Yeah.
I'm going to
Out of the random
go,
like they did last year.
honestly, when's Origin, do you know? Off the
Round
grid?
11, round 12, they usually choose the sides.
So, they might have the bye,
The first
the
one.
first one. I'm going to go late here. I'm going to
You
go
reckon
round 15.
Is their first win.
Titans. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Bro, they suck. They've,
That would be dreadful.
I know.
Even 21, what round did the Bulldogs get their first win?
No, that's not last year. That's the year before.
Yeah.
I feel like we used to always just like win random games. I want to find
2021.
out because that was the year we got the spoon.
Yeah.
We won 3 games. Hang on.
Oh, you don't want to remember that year, do you?
Oh mate, I'm looking at some of these scores: 66-0 versus Manly,
Oh,
30-4 versus Panthers, 52-8. Oh, I remember that against Storm. We beat. Oh no, that's a trial game. So we lost to Knights, lost to Panthers, lost to Broncos, Rabbits, Storm, Cowboys. Beat the Sharks.
Yeah, I think because I was the
I
first
remember
one
that
they
because
got.
Trent Barrett cried on the sideline. Round 7, that was.
He cried on the sideline.
Yeah, after his first win with the club, he cried.
Did he?
Well, that might have been the year before even. Oh, because that was his first year.
He
But
wasn't
yeah,
at
anyway.
2020. He wasn't there.
He wasn't.
No,
So
he
yeah,
was assistant at Penrith at that. because
yeah.
I
So
remember-
it would have been 20. So he lasted 2 years, or
Wasn't
1.5.
Yeah.
Bruh.
So did Nathan Brown.
Yeah. True. True. Was that your? Yeah, that was your last question. Hey. All right. So before we get into the previews, of course, a shout out to Picklebet. Have you dropped on Picklebet yet, Zane?
I have.
Oh, you have.
I put a first try scorer on the other night, but I didn't.
Who'd you get on?
AJ.
Oh, that's a pretty good. You'd think
It's a
that'd be a
safe
good bet.
choice,
Did he
but-
score?
No.
Oh,
He scored 2 tries so far this year.
that's shocking
Yeah,
from AJ.
AJ, yeah.
That's
I know.
average a half a try a game. Usually averages like 4 a game.
Yeah, I thought he would have been at least 5 by now.
Late
but-
last year, he was paying like $1.60 anytime try scorer.
Yeah.
He got almost a certainty each week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't an AJ ad.
Odds
I'm not
suspended.
trying to advertise Alex Johnson here. Shout out to Picklebet. If you're going to have a bet, be like saying, jump on Picklebet if you want to get on Alex Johnson anytime try scorer this weekend. Do it with Picklebet, but always gamble responsibly. Get on Alex Johnson anytime. Don't get on Tom Burgess anytime.
Oh, Alex Twile. You
Or
wouldn't
Alex,
do
don't
that.
get on Alex Twal anytime.
Very risky thing to do.
Yeah, that is betting irresponsibly, and only have a bet if you're 18 plus. Let's get into the first game. This one should be a good game actually. Roosters Eels.
It's
The
a
Roosters
very,
are off the
very
bye.
hard game to pick.
Oh, and Manu's out and Paulo's out.
Oh, Paulo's out. Jesus. Oh, Seagulls won't. Roosters won't win this.
Hearing all sorts.
Yeah.
You reckon? So you going
So
Roosters?
Manu is out.
Manu's out.
Who
He
you
wasn't
going
named.
with here?
I've gone Eels 1-12 for the upset. Yeah, Roosters are favourites, but I've just got a gut feeling the Eels are going to
Yeah,
win.
I reckon. I
don't know
reckon
why.
the Eels are going to start like 1-5. I'm going to Eels here. You know, they're at Roosters back at home, but you know I think Manu's a huge loss for him. I think Eels 1-12, then anytime try scorer. Let's go.
Make sure it's responsible.
Let's go Sivo.
Sevo?
Yeah.
That's safe.
Yeah,
I've
safe.
gone Dylan Brown anytime try
Yeah,
scorer.
that's the.
I was trying to think, it's hard because it's against the Roosters. They're off a bye. Hard to get a read on.
Yeah.
Eels, it's going to be a good game, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah. So you've gone Eels 1-12 and Sevo. I've gone Eels 1-12 and Brown. Raiders versus Panthers. Sonny Luke and Luke Garner are out. RIP to Luke's. Bad
Yeah,
week to be a
Looney.
Luke.
Yeah.
And then Whiten also out. Suspended. It is in Canberra. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, tipping teams 13 plus is hard to do this year.
Mm.
Like, I looked at a stat the other day. I don't know how much. I don't really remember. I was going to bring it up here, but I forgot. But
Yeah.
we've had the least amount of 13 plus games from any other season
Ever.
this season. So I'm going to say Penrith 1-12, only because you still can't tip against them.
Yeah.
Like, Raiders will be better, and they
Yeah.
always bring it. Well, Penrith do.
I feel like, Canberra always sort of step up against
But
Panthers. I feel like.
Panthers do pump them in the end.
Yeah. They always get the dub.
It's- they're back in Canberra, so Jamin Salmon's back in Canberra. It's going to be good.
Is
for him.
he? Do you want to check if he's named? Because there were
think he-
doubts. Double check. I don't want you to. I don't want you betting irresponsibly.
Stuart wants his old wheat gutted dog
Yeah.
out.
If he's playing, you got to get on him, eh? The wheat gutted dog. It's a wheat gutted dog off between Horsburgh and Salmon. But I did read somewhere in the week that he was in doubt.
He'd be on the bench, so.
Oh yeah, he's named.
Okay,
He's named
anytime
number
tries to go
17.
Jamin Salmon.
Not the
Hey,
peach.
No, I'll go to the wheat gutted dog.
I can't believe
It's over.
Colin Peach is back.
I wonder if he has a celebration ready.
So you're going Panthers 1-12 and Salmon.
Yeah, I wonder.
Anytime you reckon he's gonna have a try celebration, maybe like fake vomiting or something.
Yeah.
You reckon holding the stomach?
Yeah.
I hope so. That'd be so funny. I'm also going Panthers 1-12, basically for all the reasons you said.
Yeah.
I think they get it done, but yeah, there hasn't been big scoring games this year. It's in Canberra. I've gone Crichton anytime, just a nice safe one.
Yeah. Good one.
South versus Storm. The South is still missing a lot of their forwards, and the Storm is still missing a couple of their players.
Yeah, but people still look at the Storm like on the draw and be like, "Oh, we got the Storm. This is going to be hard." But you got to look at it a bit more. You're like, the Storm aren't that good. Like they're still going to be a side that you're scared to go up against. But South don't have a good record against them. I'll admit. But I think South win this 13 plus, as I say every week.
Yeah.
This is the only game I'm tipping 13 plus this week. But
Yeah.
South 13 plus, and he's due for a big game. Latrell Mitchell's
Latrell Mitch.
Yeah. Come on.
I've gone South 1-12. I think, I just don't see them losing. But I feel like Storm and South is always a close game.
Yeah.
In recent years, at least. Except for the year Storm won 60-0 or whatever that was.
64-6. That was
There you
17,
go.
but we didn't make that year. So.
And I'm going AJ anytime.
Yeah, come on.
You said you're on his
he's got
first
a-
try scorer. I'm getting on
Yeah.
him anytime.
He's got a score.
He's due.
Yeah, so is Mitchell.
Yeah. Manly versus Knights. Stubby caller for Manly is out. Harper's come in.
Oh, God.
I'll go. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go first. Why not? I'm on Manly 13 plus. The Knights have looked alright, but I just feel like Manly, they'll want to make a statement after losing last week. They've been flat track bullies in the past, and this could be a flat track for them to bully.
I'm going Manly 1-12.
Yeah?
Instead, because this is sort of a local derby sort of game.
Yeah.
It's the Central Coast, so Knights will be up for it, but I think Manly will win. And anytime try scorer, let's go Trbojevic.
I'm on which one?
Tom.
There's three of them.
Tom. Yeah.
Just any of them.
Tom.
I'm on Tom as well. Anytime. Manly 13 plus. Turbo anytime. You're 1-12.
Yeah.
Turbo anytime. All right. Dragons versus the Finns. SOS is out. Kafusi is still out. SOS being Sean O'Sullivan, obviously. I'm on the Dolphins 1-12. I went to go them 13 plus.
You went to.
I went to,
Okay,
and then I was
because-
like, Sullivan's out.
I've tipped the Dragons.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that.
I've tipped them 1-12.
Something
only 'cause
different for 'em.
They always seem like they're going to bounce back from last week, and I just think the Dolphins have a lot of players out, and the Dragons always step up when they play in Wollongong. I don't know what it is, but whenever they're in Wollongong,
true.
they always seem to play
Yeah.
good. I reckon Dragons in an upset. Or would you call this an upset?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't know, because I think they're favourites.
Yeah, but I'm going the Dragons.
I'd call it an
I'm going
upset.
the Dragons in an upset here. I just think the Dolphins have too much out. Although
Yeah.
Marshall King's back, that's a big
Oh,
game.
true.
When's Jack DeBelling back, or Jack the Pedo?
He
whatever you
is
want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
I noticed he's in the reserves.
Okay, yeah.
So he's been suspended or something, or injured?
He's been injured, yeah. He's had a calf
Surprised he's not suspended, to be honest.
Yeah.
Usually he is.
injury. But, yeah, I'm tipping the
Who's
Dragons.
your try scorer?
My try scorer, let's go. This guy scores a lot, Wollongong. Ben Hunt.
That's a fair shout.
Yeah.
And he scored on the weekend.
Yeah.
He's probably, if anyone's scoring from the Dragons, it's probably Ben Hunt. Let's
Yeah,
be
but
honest.
don't let me down, Dragons. Like, I'm giving faith.
Are you
in
going
this
to the
week.
game?
I might. I'll see if I can get off work in time.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to, but after work.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the Dolphins play.
Yeah.
It's a good chance.
See how much supporters are there, out there.
Yeah. Probably more than Dragons
But
fans by the
don't
end
let
of
me
the
down,
game.
Dragons. I'm having faith
Yeah,
in you this
as I
week.
said, I'm on Finns 1-12. I'm on Hammer anytime try scorer.
Yeah.
He's in good nick. at the
Dragons 1-12 for me.
Broncos versus Tigers. You said you're going one game this week, 13 plus.
I'm going Broncos 1-12.
Oh, so this isn't it?
Nah, I said
You said South's 13
Yeah.
plus. Broncos 1-12. Try scorer.
Let's go. Got to be a back. Tigers' backs can't defend. So
You're about to say it's going to be a Tigers back.
no, let's go Selwyn Cobbo.
Cobbo, yeah, I like that. I'm on Broncos 13 plus. I think they're like, because
13 plus or more.
more
Yeah.
20 plus. I think the Broncos, like, they're not at their best yet, but the way their outside backs are, like, you got Cobbo, Staggs, Walsh, I think they're just going to have fun this weekend. And I think there's, like, lots of points in them. And I'm going Walsh anytime. I feel like out of the back five, he's probably got more value than others.
Yeah.
Broncos 13 plus Walsh anytime. And then Sharks versus Warriors. TR Mare Martin is back.
This is the Warriors' biggest test they've had so far.
He's out, sorry.
Yeah.
He's out, and Egan is back.
This is the Warriors' biggest test they've had so far. I'm tipping the Sharks 1-12, but I can see them winning this 13 plus.
Back at Shark
It's a shame
Park.
because I like the Warriors, but Tyne's first game back at Shark Park. I think we might be overhyping them a bit because of how bad the Dragons were, but I think the Warriors will be up for this, but I just think Sharks have a lot more in them. My anytime try score is going to be Mulatalo.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I've gone Sharkies 13 plus just because Hines' first game back at Shark Park scares me a bit. I think Warriors.
I think Warriors will be in it for the most part of the game, but Sharks will run away.
Yeah, I think Warriors playing in like Australia as well. They won't be as good as they were last week. Obviously, like in New Zealand, they're always so good.
Yeah.
And then I'm going Katoa anytime try scorer.
He was my second choice, I think.
I was tossing up between Mulatalo and Katoa.
Yeah,
I felt like Katoa's probably less obvious. And then game of the round, Zane. And I'm not even being sarcastic here. He's back. Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
The return game.
You watch him make a knock on as soon as he runs on the field.
Don't say that. That's mean.
Remember when Jamal Idris got to the Tigers?
Yeah.
As soon as he came on, he drops it. I'm ready for Reynolds to do that.
I've literally got, in all caps. Reynolds is back. Brown is out. Nanai, Talangi, Tamo, Drinkwater, Leilua, and more are all out for the Cowboys. What do you make of this game? I think it's a hard one to pick.
I'm going Bulldogs.
Yeah?
1-12.
Yeah.
Anytime try score, just go Fox.
Fox,
Do a similar, just full length of the field.
How crazy was that try? Because it wasn't an intercept. Usually if he does that, it's off an intercept. He just ran around him.
I reckon he'll do something similar.
He just ran around him. Yeah, I think if we're ever going to beat the Cowboys, it's this weekend.
Yeah, and who's your anytime try? Can I guess? Yeah, Reynolds, isn't it?
Nah, Ockenball.
Oh.
No, Reynolds.
Okay,
Reynolds, I've got down Doggies 1-12. Doggies 13 plus. I'm feeling it. You went South 13 plus. I'm going Doggies 13 plus.
I'm going Dogs 1-12.
Josh Reynolds back
with all those losses
in blue
to the
and white.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Dogs 1-12.
Surely.
Yeah.
Surely they win. Yeah. As Josh Reynolds, you can't
and
overlook
they just
that
can't
anytime.
fade out of the game this week.
Yeah. And we're fading later and later, and I think Cowboys have been starting slow.
Yeah.
And we're starting fast, so I think we can get ahead and then just hold them out, hopefully.
Yeah.
I think 1-12 for that reason. They'll probably make a push late. Roosters, they should get the 2 points
No,
out of
Titans
the
have
bye.
the bye.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
Which is
I just had Roosters
which is
from
a
last
needed buy for them as well.
Yeah, they'll enjoy the bye with all the injuries and stuff they've got going on.
Yeah.
That's all. Anything else? Anything you want to shout out?
No, not really at the moment.
No,
I'm just looking
nothing
forward to
on.
this weekend. Just another
good
awesome weekend.
You said you're on to the footy on Friday.
Yeah.
That'll
just
be a
bought
good game.
tickets for the Borough.
I heard you coming to the Doggies Cowboys game as well to see Josh Reynolds return. Is that true?
No, I'll save my Dogs game for Good Friday.
Yeah, true.
I think we're both going to be there, yeah.
We'll try and even sit together.
Yeah.
Or at least meet up, yeah.
Yeah.
Do a fan meet and greet.
Yeah.
Peter Bulldogs. Shout out Peter Bulldogs.
Yeah. He'll be watching.
He'll be watching. He's a loyal fan. You can come meet me and Zane at the same time.
Yeah.
Emilio?
Yeah.
He'll probably be there.
A lot of people will be there.
Yeah.